Almost a year ago, I purchased a lot of these boards, the STM32 blue pills. They are very, very good. They are very cheap. They are pretty powerful. They have a lot of to provide, and they are much better than Arduino boards. For example, the Arduino Nano that I used before. The only issue with these boards I experienced is that it's not so easy to program. The main issue is that you need a specific device for this, a programmer. In this case, in my case, this is ST-Link V2. Another issue with this ST-Link is that it's also unofficial, like very cheap, unsupported, and all sorts of issues that are coming from this reason of why it's not so good. And one of the solutions to this problem is to upload a specific bootloader to the STM Blue Pill, and then you can just plug it in as an Arduino, program it like an Arduino, and upload a sketch like an Arduino. The problem with this approach was that I screwed things up and I managed to overwrite a lot of a lot of things on those boards while I was experimenting, and then I couldn't get them back working again until yesterday. So yesterday I found a very simple solution to my problem to upload a sketch to the STM32 board using my Mac. And for that, I want to, to say a huge thank you to PlatformIO. So PlatformIO, I won't go very deep here for what it is not. It's just a platform for your platforms. Let's call it like this. They have a lot of tools, nice tools that download like all the necessary tools for uploading, building, compiling the code, and such. And the huge advantage in my specific scenario is that it can be also used to program those boards and upload the sketch and also to debug, but I haven't figured out how to debug. So we'll focus just on uploading the code. And yesterday was a huge success for me because I managed to get the blink LED actually blinking the wrong the other way around. I managed to make the LED blinking. Um, let's start with our terminal. And this is another advantage of using PlatformIO. It's very IDE agnostic, and it allows you to use any IDE you want. So it's super cool and such. I won't tell you nothing more about it. So let's create a folder. Let's try to make an LED blink. So um, let's create a folder. There's blue pill. I already have some sketches there. Link, and we go to it. So obviously this is an empty folder, and PlatformIO allows us to help ourselves. For that, they have like to bootstrap a folder structure and put some basic configuration that we can start with. So for this, you need to use the PIO command. This is used for all kind of tools that PlatformIO provides. So in our case, this will be PIO project init, and probably this will require a board. And in our case, this is a blue pill S F103C8. And also it allows you to provide the IDE flag. So in our case, in my case, this is Vue. So what we have now is a folder structure that we can use to build our sketch. But there is a little bit of a catch. So if you run the PyO run. So what it does, it just compiles your code. Yeah, it cannot compile. Why? Why, you may ask? Because the src folder is empty. So there is nothing to compile. So let's create a sketch with two functions, the ones that you're probably familiar with. So this will be a void setup. So this is a function for setting up all the pins and such, and also the loop. So this is the main loop of our program. Another tiny catch here is that if you don't provide the main function in your main file, then you also, and you, yeah, probably you'll do this a lot. You'll just include Arduino header file, which has everything needed to make it running. Now we do this again, PyO run, and voila, yeah, it is successfully compiled. One tiny note on this Arduino.h file, you can avoid using it. So what PlatformIO has to offer is you can select a specific, like a different framework for your code. So in this case, by default, it provides the framework Arduino and it tries to compile it as an Arduino file. But basically, it uses Arduino framework to compile your code. But you can use other things. For this, yeah, it's better to check the official documentation. But if yeah, why even bother using Arduino for these boards? Because the library ecosystem is pretty cool. It's pretty huge, honestly. Not all libraries work, and this is the downside, but like most of them that I tried, they do work. If you encounter any issue with any library, please let me know. Yeah, it might be useful for other beginners. Let me know in the comments section. Let's actually try to compile and upload a blinking sketch. So for that, we obviously need to use the main file. And those boards have a very interesting detail. Like you can find two LEDs on the board. One is for like it is displayed when the power is on. Another one is a very specific, the one that you can access from your program. And the pin number that is written next to it corresponds to the pin number that you can use in your sketch to access this specific pin. In my case, we have PC13. So if we have the Arduino.h included, we have access to all the Arduino stuff that we may need. So in that case, we can use pin mode, PC13, output, and then digital write PC13, type, delay 1 second, and load. So let's try to compile it using the PyO run. And it is compiled. So let's try to upload this code. So there are several ways how you can upload your code using PlatformIO and to STM32. What I'll be showing you is using this super cheap, I don't remember the price for it, but also got very, very cheap, also from AliExpress. And you need obviously to be careful not to mix the power lines of it. And yeah, I made just a cable for this to make it easier. So you just plug one thing in like that. I won't go into details how you plug it. I hope you'll figure it out so you don't need to Like you shouldn't mix the ground and 3.3 volts lines, and that you need to connect clock to clock and IO to IO. So now we connect this board to our computer, and let's try to upload it. So by default, PyO runs the build command, but we can use the target upload, and it will try to get all the packages, the same as when you are building or compiling the code. It tries to get all the packages necessary for that. So obviously I have everything installed because I was so hyped to to share it with you. And by default, it uses ST-Link as the upload protocol, but you can override it in the platform.io.ini like that. So black magic or yeah, something. So sometimes I get this error, unable to set the frequency, but most of the time I don't get it. So yeah, it is now uploaded, and let's appreciate the hard work that we have done with the blinking LED. So what could be cooler than a blinking LED on a fresh new board that you've never used? All right, so I hope this video was helpful for you and you get your boards up and running and blinking. If you have any questions, yeah, please use the comment section below. Then, yeah, if otherwise, like, subscribe, and hopefully I'll come up with some idea for the video in the nearest future. All right, bye.